too.
Well, hello, Danko Jones. I'm excited to meet you here today. My name's Alex.
Hi.
You're with the Michigan Times at the University of Michigan.
Cool.
Absolutely. How excited are you for being here today?
Yeah, I mean, the weather's great, and we're looking forward to playing the show, and there's a few people we know out there, so it's going to be fun.
Very cool, very cool. I just had a couple notes down here about today's interview. I hear that you're the rock and roll jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades?
Jack of
I
all
hope
trades.
not. I just sing and play guitar.
You just sing and play guitar.
Because jack of all trades means master of none.
It means master of everything, isn't it?
No, not necessarily.
Do you play the drums at all?
No, just guitar.
Just guitar. Just guitar. Exciting. I'm a Canadian as well. You're from Toronto.
Where are you from?
I'm from Flint, Michigan, but my grandfather came over from Canada.
So you're a Canadian citizen, you're saying?
No, my grandfather is.
Oh.
But he came over here and
you're
had my
American?
mom. Yeah, I'm an American, but I have Canadian descent. You know?
Okay. Right.
Super exciting. How do you compare like the U.S. to U.S. shows versus Canadian shows? Any difference at all, or is it?
You know, we haven't been able to tour America the same way we have our home country. Obviously, I mean it's our home country. We can travel and tour with ease. You know, there. And with America, over the years, we've waited for the right tours to come through and offers to come through. And a tour like Uproar is like one of those tours where you can't turn down if it's offered to you. So, you know, it's taken us a while to come here as often as we have. This is our second tour of America this year. We did a tour with Volbeat in March and April. So we wait for those tours. Unfortunately, in the last 10 years, it hasn't been too many come through. There's been a few, but, you know, in order to stay a band and to stay on the road, we have to go where people want us. And it's cool how all the work we did in Europe kind of made its way back to America, where, you know, Volbeat found out about us because we toured in Europe, and Michael from Volbeat, you know, likes our band, and so he took us out when we were able to, when they had an American tour. So
do you kind of feel like the New Age British invasion? Almost?
No, not at all.
I mean, because you came from...
nobody at the airport waiting to greet us.
Not like the Beatles where they're all going crazy?
Not at all.
Oh man, I'll be standing there going crazy.
You were not there at the airport. You're lying.
I would be if I could. If I could afford it, but we're trying to make our pennies along the way.
Oh, right.
Absolutely. You guys mentioned Volbeat. I saw them earlier this year at Rock on the Range. They did really good. You guys toured with them right before then, though?
Yeah, it was March and April, mid to mid-April, so it was like a 6-week tour with them.
How was that? Was that fun?
A lot of fun.
Did you learn a lot of stuff?
Did I learn a lot of stuff?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. Did you learn anything?
No, not. I mean, no.
No.
We did our set. Volbeat were really nice, and they treated us great. Their crew is great. The band is really nice, but I'm not sure what there is to learn.
Okay.
But I mean, how to write a song? We write songs too.
Yeah, absolutely. How to party hard? I wasn't sure.
But no, I mean, in terms of treating their opener with respect and consideration, Volbeat were great, top notch. All those dudes are great.
Absolutely. And it's good to share fans because you guys have a lot of alike music.
Well, you would think, you know, but we found out right away that Volbeat fans are there to see Volbeat.
Okay.
But you know, it was okay. You know, we understand that is the opener. That's the opening band's lot. You know, is to just basically warm up the ears of the headliner's crowd. You know, and then you're not gonna walk on stage and expect everybody to be into your band 100% like they are the headliner. But and I appreciate that, and I welcome the challenge in turning a crowd too. So it was all good.
Absolutely.
But the most important thing is what really makes a tour is whether the bands that you tour with every day are cool. And so that was number one priority, and that was met by the crew and the band. So they were great.
Very cool. I saw you guys in 2011 at Rock on the Range. I got the truth.
Oh yes, right. That was
that was a great night. You guys
2011.
were on Friday night.
Okay, I can't remember the day exactly of the week, but yeah, we were there.
Yeah. It was the first Friday that they ever had at Rock on the Range, so it was super exciting to have like a Friday show. You played right after Steel Panther, right?
We played with them and we shared a dressing room with them that night, but that's all I remember. I can't remember if we were on before or after. I would think they were on after us, but
Absolutely. People were moshing pretty hard in front of us, so that was pretty fun.
for Steel Panther?
For you guys and
For us?
Yeah.
Okay.
For you guys, yeah, not so much Steel Panther. You know, they're jumping all over for Steel Panther. You got
Right.
the '80s
Right.
going on and
Right.
everything. Absolutely. Let's see. You got a couple of albums out on the way. You got 6 albums altogether. I hear that you are a Leo,
Yeah.
but I have been looking all over to find your birthday. When is
Right.
your birthday? Can I ask?
Well, that's why you've been looking hard.
I know I've been
It's
looking
a
hard.
lot.
I know
I'm
you're a
gonna-
Leo,
I'm
and I
gonna
know
keep
it might be
making people
between
look.
the 23rd and the 26th, but I'm not
You're
really
gonna
sure.
I'm gonna keep making people look.
I'm gonna keep making people
Yeah.
vote. Is it like near the cusp? I mean, that's all the cusp dates, of course. I know you wrote a thing in the Huffington Post
I was
about
gonna say,
about
if you
your
read
birthday.
that, then
Yeah,
that's-
it said that
that's
your
one of the
birthday.
reasons why.
It said your birthday was coming up in the next week or so,
Sure.
but because of how the Facebook posts and stuff are, you know, you don't want to show that. Brian's that way as well. He doesn't put his birthday on Facebook.
I think it's. I don't know. I'm not really. As you read in the Huffington Post piece that I wrote. I mean, I'm not a big birthday wisher or either way. On either way, I don't care if people wish me happy birthday, and I don't really want to wish people happy birthday every fucking day of my life.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
like today, there's someone who has a birthday that I know.
Yeah.
It's excruciating.
Do you like-
Tomorrow's going to be the same thing, different person.
Absolutely. I mean, you get people congratulating you every day. You know, one day of the year isn't much of a difference.
Well, sorry, I didn't catch that last question. What was that?
Oh, it's all good. It's probably. I mean, you guys are superstars. I mean,
Superstar? No.
So being congratulated one day out of the year, you know, isn't.
No. It's not just for me. It's like me congratulating people on a happy birthday. I have to do it every day of my life because every day someone
The
has a
obligation.
birthday. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, the superstars. I mean, no. I mean, if I'm complaining that people congratulate me too much, it's not much of a complaint, really.
True enough. All right. Now I have to ask. I'm a little intimidated because you're a journalist yourself.
Ugh, no, I'm a hack writer. And a hack. Drop the word writer.
But you're a journalist. You write for a very big publication that I don't work for. What would be something you could give me as advice, being a journalist, that would help me with my career?
To be honest with you, I'm serious when I say I feel like I'm a hack. I just write. I'm lucky enough when all the columns that I write for the magazines and for Huffington the editors allow me to just write whatever I want. With the columns in music magazines, I have a few columns in music magazines. My editors just want me to adhere to. The only guideline is write about music and make sure it's hard music, heavy, hard music. For Huffington Post, I've kind of proven myself with the editing staff that I can. At first, it was write about music or write about your band and your experiences with your band, and I think over the course of time, I've gained their trust, and they've allowed me to write about anything I want. And I pushed the envelope a few times, but so far I haven't heard anything from my editors saying that they've rejected a story. There was one time when they kind of revamped their website, I sent a story in and I got this auto reply saying that my piece had been rejected, and I'd never seen that before, and I was fully like shocked.
Oh.
And I immediately got an email from the editor going, sorry, that was an auto reply, you didn't get rejected. I'm like, wow, okay. But there is a space allowed where they will reject people, and so it was nice to know that I've actually been officially accepted every piece I've done, because I could have gotten that letter for real.
Absolutely.
I have no advice. I can barely talk. I'm hardly anything but articulate. I would say use a thesaurus. That would be my advice.
Yeah.
And
Has that helped you from time to time? Is there a particular moment where the thesaurus has helped
I'm
you?
trying hard too. I'm trying to take the word like out of my daily speak. But when it comes to writing, I'll throw it in there just because I want to be cheeky. So.
Oh, well, I really admire the work that you've done and listen to a lot of your
Thanks.
podcasts. So.
Oh, thank you.
Those
Thanks.
have been really enlightening. I mean, it's cool to see like a different perspective, seeing the bands like we're doing now with the Michigan Times.
Yeah, I mean, I just do the podcast because I like doing it. It gives me something to work on tour, and I just honestly, it's a labor of love. I don't get paid for it, so you know, and I know it's a long haul, but now I'm starting to get a little bit more response from it, and people are starting to hear it more, and I'm even getting like solicited, like open call solicitations from people wanting to be on it. And,
Oh wow, that's super cool.
I don't do that unless they're my friends, unless I only adhere to, I got to be friends with you and or respect you and like what you do in order to have somewhat of a loose, informal conversation, which is what I want the podcast to be, not a Q&A with someone that, you know, I was told to interview, you know, and it's not an interview, it's more of a discussion. And sometimes the discussions get super loose where I have to cut it out because that, you know, but whatever.
Yeah, they're super cool. I really do like them. I saw the one earlier with Doc Coley.
Doc Coyle?
Coyle, yeah. I heard the one earlier about that one.
That was the new one. We just uploaded that yesterday or the day
22nd.
No,
yeah.
2 days ago.
2 days ago,
2 days ago, yeah.
And he announced, well, just maybe a couple days prior. Well, you guys had recorded that a couple days prior.
Yeah, I was trying to get it up as soon as possible, but the tour landed in our hometown and I couldn't get to it. There was too much stuff to do when you're home. So, yeah, he texted me the night before we were set to do the podcast saying he just quit his band that day. So
I like how you introduce the whole podcast, though, about how it's interesting to see what bands do after they like break up and what he's going to do afterwards, and how they kind of accept breaking up or whatever.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was like a really. It was. Man, I had a whole bunch of things I wanted to talk to him about, anyways, because his blog that he does was the reason why I said we should do a podcast. And then he dropped this on me, and I had to.
Yeah, I mean, it was right
I had to
there.
talk to him about it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys are 17 years running?
Yeah, we've been around for 17 years.
Oh man, don't you have to make it to 25 to make it to the history of rock and roll, or?
Do you get some sort of card or plaque?
You get put in the history of rock and roll.
We're not in the
25
history
years.
of rock. Oh,
Almost.
really? There's a club?
There's a club.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Flava Flav, he wouldn't take his watch off until Public Enemy did. Until they
25
made
years?
it 25
Oh,
years.
I see. Wow.
So he finally got to take it off a couple weeks
So I'd
ago.
be in Flavor Flav's club?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I'd much rather be in Chuck D's club.
Yeah.
Just seem a little more organized.
Absolutely. All right. Let me see. I got two more questions. All right. I noticed that character is important for a person to last in this industry. What would be something that you would say is a part of your character that makes you as a band?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
You as an artist.
No, I'm just a guy in a band.
Just guy to band.
Yeah. You can use that word on other people in other bands, not me.
Okay.
But character is in like integrity or something, or character is in a persona.
Persona.
Oh, well, I mean, listen, I don't put on a persona. People always say, like, that, oh, you're two different people, but I'm not. You just don't know me enough. You just met me, like, these are the people who just met me. The people who know me don't ever say that.
Yeah.
Because they see what's on stage, and they, like friends, you know, who haven't seen the band or haven't seen in a while. No one bats an eye if they really know me. Because that's just me, like, exaggerated or magnified, but it is me. They look at that and they go, well, you know, I've seen glimpses of that before. That's not too far off the mark, and so my friends know that it's not a put on or a character or a persona or some sort of stage thing. I never script anything. Everything's off the cuff. So
Everything's as you feel it.
except for the songs, we rehearse those. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
but there's no character that I'm playing. All those lyrics are from a real
Well,
place.
some bands,
about
they
real
have
people.
characters and-
All the songs are about real people, about real, and I can't put on a persona and sing about real people. It's just too schizophrenic for me. I have to sing with gusto. So if it's something that I felt strongly enough to put in a song and emotion and derive enough emotion from it to sing it every night with enough like kind of gusto and chutzpah, it has to come from a real place, or else it is just a stage. But most people don't know that. But when I get asked that, I have to explain that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for explaining that for us. All right, I'm going to wrap this up with one last question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but Michigan is a medical marijuana state. I know you guys are from Canada. I wasn't sure if you had any views on medical marijuana in
I'm
general.
for the legalization of marijuana. I don't smoke marijuana, but I'm for the legalization of hemp, marijuana, anything to do with that plant. It should be legal, and the government should start making money off it.
Absolutely. Oh, well, thank you so much, Danko
Sure.
Jones, for meeting with Michigan Times
No
today.
problem.
It's been
Thank
an
you.
honor.
Awesome.
We're excited. Thank you.
Can you say the name of your podcast real quick in case anybody wants to hear it?
Podcast.
The official Danko Jones podcast. That's the official name, but it's also just do a search on iTunes podcast Danko Jones, and it'll bring you to it. And it's also on SoundCloud.com/Danko Jones.
Awesome.